we often discuss about the Panchayat Development Plan. The Panchayat Development Plan is, as nationally decided in the country, is supposed to follow the SDG pattern, Sustainable Development Goals. For doing this, the Ministry of Panchayati Raj Government of India has developed 9 thematic areas where all those 17 SDGs have been clubbed into different thematic priorities. So these 9 thematic areas is collectively known as Localization of Sustainable Development Goals, or LSDG. Now on this LSDG and how the panchayats are planning and all, there are discussions galore. But unfortunately, how women could be involved in the planning process, the discourse is usually limited. It is in this perspective the initiative at the national level, at the state level and at the regional level in involving the self-help group of women and the collectives in the planning process through a particular initiative known as Village Prosperity and Resilience Plan, VPRP, is of paramount importance. In VPRP, the process is involving women in self-help groups, initially in planning for their rights and livelihoods. So these rights and livelihood plans are developed at the group level, facilitated by some resource person from the SHG collectives. So that is the first stage. Then this again goes upwards at the village level, and the representatives of the village organizations, they facilitate another process of interaction, and through that facilitative process the priorities of individual SHG members in relation to their rights and entitlements, in relation to their livelihoods, these are taken together. And while doing so, the people who are outside the SHG network, there are certain families which are not somehow or other involved or included in the SHG network, so they can also come forward and they give their priorities as well. So we have one entitlement plan, one livelihood plan, which is collated at the VO level, and then it goes up. It goes up to the Gram Panchayat level cluster, where again the entire thing is discussed, prioritized, and we have the entitlement plan for the entire Gram Panchayat area. We have the livelihood plan as devised by the women for the entire Gram Panchayat area. So only entitlement and livelihood will not be sufficient. For these women, again, their involvement is vital in the other sectors of development, which involves the entire village or entire panchayat. So for that village or panchayat level interventions, again, we need to consider the public goods, we need to consider the services, we need to consider the resources. So that is why the third component of the planning process is PGSRD, public goods, and then services and resource development. So that component is there, and the fourth component is social development plan, because the women, they should come forward, they are supposed to come forward, they should be given that kind of a space to come forward with their ideas on how the public goods, services and resource mobilization can happen, and how the social development initiatives can take place. So these are again done at the level of the village organization VO and at the level of the Gram Panchayat Gram Panchayat clusters. So these two set of interactions and these two types of plans are again integrated into the overall plan. These are placed to the Gram Panchayat. The Gram Panchayat discusses, deliberates upon this, and then this forms part of the Gram Panchayat's the planning framework, which goes down to the Gram Samsad, that is the ward level, and then at the ward level this is discussed, and this comes up again at the Panchayat level, where at the Gram Sabha this is placed, deliberated upon, and along with the suggestions, recommendations of the people present in these Gram Samsads or Gram Sabhas, this ultimately forms part of the overall planning. So this is done in such a way that ultimately the voices of the women are heard, and this is features in the overall planning process. Now the civil society organizations as CSOs, it is our responsibility to ensure that we take part somehow or other in this entire facilitative process. Maybe when the representatives from the VO are meeting the self-help groups and discussing about all these things, maybe we play a little role over there, and when this goes up to the VO level or up to the cluster level, there also we take part, active part, and finally before the Gram Sabha or Gram Samsad meetings are organized, it would be good to have the women kind of councils. So in those women councils also, if these things are discussed and then formed into some kind of a outline of a plan, then it is easier for the panchayats also to feature these in the panchayat development plan.